Scratch.
Dressing the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come and adjust the culture, huh? Brick by brick, you get your boy Big Wall.
And P.stock here, for addressing the culture. It's that time. It's that time. We got stuff to talk about it. Let's talk about it. For real. Let's talk about it.
You already know the vibes. Like Big Bro say, we are here. And you already know what we here to do. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. But one thing we're going to do, we're going to address the culture. And we here, we powered by iHipHop TV. You better act like you know it. We definitely in the building and we finna put in work. What's been going on with you, P?
Hey, man, that's, maintaining, checking out the news and checking people. A lot of people don't realize when I'm out, I just observe, especially for the culture.
Yeah.
Representation.
Yeah.
And that brings me to a few things that have my pet peeve with this new generation. I'm not, I ain't mad at them, because, everything's stacked against you, the institutions and everything. So I look at it like, people with my own children, whatever, we don't play that, If you out on the street and we ain't around, you're representing us.
That's a fact. It's people a brand. You know what I'm talking about?
People know you. They know who you belong to or whatever. Yeah. Don't be out there cutting up, making me look stupid. And I guess people lost that, and I guess I was
shame. What you say? What they used to say? You ain't got no shame about yourself.
No shame. No shame. Have some shame.
Have some shame.
Act like you know. You start to act like them. You're not them. Yeah. Be yourself. Listen. So that's one of the pet peeves I see, especially with young women, young girls, that's on the verge of becoming young women. Boy, I just be like shaking my head sometimes. I be like, man, I'm glad. I pity the guy to get stuck with you. I pity, that's what you say to yourself, but no, it's just a fact that you want to make sure you train your kids, you train your children, make sure your children are trained. So when they outside in the store or something, going to the store for you and make sure they don't misrepresent, because some of the language of these kids and what they be saying and doing to grown people, and there ain't no, it used to be a village. When I grew up, remember the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
That's
zero
true.
Respect.
Zero respect to nothing.
Yeah.
And they don't have nothing. I can see, with kids, and I do it sometimes. I know, and I always get this come to Jesus look when I tell them, when they say stuff and I tell them, spell it. That's all I say is spell it. And everything, and then they stare at me like I just, told them to jump off the bridge or something. So, that's just one of those things. And that's the culture in this new generation. I get it. I don't have to like it. We don't have to like it, and it makes you cringe sometimes. It's embarrassing, even though you don't have no control over that person. But if somebody is trying to keep your child out there from getting hurt or hurting somebody else and setting them straight, don't go running trying to fight the person that's doing you a favor, because that's what I see. But I see somebody try to actually save the child. Like most cities in this city, they got these scooters, right? They got scooters all over the city. So you see these kids riding these scooters. They be riding them in the street. Okay.
Yeah.
They're free. You can just find one. It charges by solar or whatever. You're gone. You out.
Yeah.
You find them all over the city.
Yeah.
Okay. They be in the street riding them things, stopping, not respecting the rules of the road. And I seen a couple youngins almost get that's plowed down in the middle of an intersection for not paying attention. So, and they sitting there looking at you like you wrong. You in the street. I said,
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what it is, P? I think, by us as a community, as a race, let's be all the way and transparent. We don't come from a lot. We didn't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? So as we start gaining kibbles and bits, the little crumbs, and start, getting some kind of leverage in your life and leveling up, we tend to forget certain things that kept us in line. So as the generation got better, you know what I'm saying, we started losing the principles and the morals and the love for each other and to have a respect for Big Mama. That old feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't none of that. It seems like the grandmothers got younger and younger, and you lost the love and the respect. Because I know even in my generation, you know what I'm saying? We had some sense of respect. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely getting lost. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna. It's like every generation it loses it, but we had that respect. But nowadays it's like it's none. You know what I'm saying? It's like, certain generations, their parents were serious. You know what I'm saying? Was strict. Like no games, no nothing. Yes, ma'am, no ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. And it seemed like every generation, it got watered down. It wasn't as much structure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Structure, discipline, all that stuff.
Responsibility.
All that stuff.
Accountability.
Accountability is the biggest thing. Because I'm to the point like this. They're out there riding them scooters. That's cool. Have fun. Be safe. Don't get hit. Don't get yourself killed. And don't hurt nobody else.
Yeah.
But you riding around there careless, reckless, not caring, and you tear up somebody's property, that's on your parents.
Yeah.
That's on your parents.
And they make them pay for it.
They can pay for it. And they don't understand that. You don't make them pay for it. And if your parents don't pay for it,
they go to jail.
There'll be a lien on top of their name. Yeah. So when they go to try to buy a house or move somewhere, you got to pay that person first. Yeah. And what they don't realize is if somebody damaged your car, for example, okay, what you do, you let the insurance know. Okay. The insurance company fixes your car. That's what you pay insurance for. Somebody got to pay back that money, especially if it ain't your fault.
Absolutely.
So the insurance companies who got oodles of resources is going to come after your parents or come after the people. So you're going to carry that lien through life, and that's the way the system is. You get that judgment against you. So before you buy something with a major purchase with credit, you're going to have to pay the person who's damaged their property or your child damaged their property. And that right there is it's a pet peeve of mine because they have no respect. They have no respect. And then they look at you like you wrong, And then if you try to correct them, the parents, don't be correcting my child. No, somebody should be punching you in the face.
Yeah.
Because
twice.
This stuff. Yeah, twice. I hate to see it like that. But you're a big NBA guy. You follow the NBA. I watch a little bit. Yeah. I see the same thing in youth that are millionaires, doing stuff with Ben Simmons, with the Philadelphia 76ers. What's going on with Ben? What's going on with Ben Simmons?
That's your man. You know what I'm talking about? That's your people. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen.
Look. Hey, look. Hey, before we talk about Ben Simmons, can we talk about Joel Embiid? Like he is done. Like I seen his interview and he like, man, pretty much like, I don't care what's going on with Ben. Like I'm done with dude. Like he getting on my nerve. Like it's the resentment. It's the resentment for me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like everybody seemed to be tired of him, even Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I don't know why it's so many people, grown men, expecting so much when they've done nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now I can get it if you Jordan, if you Kobe, you LeBron, like you done some stuff, so you've earned the right to be that guy to say, hey, I want to trade. Hey, I'm not happy with X, Y, Z. But if you ain't really done nothing, all you done is got big checks and ain't really done nothing for the game, you shouldn't be in a position where you feel like you could do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you shouldn't be.
Nah,
you shouldn't be.
He ain't won nothing. Literally.
He ain't won nothing. In the playoffs, he ain't even shoot the ball.
Yeah.
They were trying to get him to shoot the ball, man. So he don't have no leverage.
Yeah.
Because first off, you want traded. Okay. The season that started, all the teams think that they got what they need to make their championship run. Yeah. Every team. Okay.
Yeah.
So about 30 games in, they'll realize we can use a Ben Simmons, but do we want to deal with the nonsense?
But he's a liability too. Because when you get into the playoffs, all that other stuff get cut. They cut the fat. You know what I'm saying? So now if Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball, you can play off of him a little bit. It's kind of like a 5-on-4 because he's not finna take the shot. You know what I'm saying? And you can utilize that in the defense. So is he really worth the money and the headache at this point?
No, he's a good player. I mean, during the regular season. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, and his teammates know that.
Yeah.
So I can't see them wanting to, they probably in their mind saying, yeah, get rid of this kid. Let him go. Bring in somebody in here that can help us win in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
And it's just that type of mentality, with these younger people where it was Doc Rivers. Okay. Then it was whatever the next thing was. Oh, I don't want to be here. And you're there to play basketball, and that's all they want you to do. And now it's like you don't want to play basketball or something. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So that's one of the things I said, that the young people watch that stuff and see that stuff and think that's how it really goes. And that's bad. And not to take it off subject of what we're talking about, but did you get a chance to catch the new Dave Chappelle series, the comedy show on Netflix?
The Closer? Is it the Closer?
The Closer. Yeah.
Absolutely. I watched the whole thing, man.
Great show.
Look, Dave Chappelle to go. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle to go. We talk about how he used his comedy to speak about real social issues. It's amazing. You know what I mean? And he puts a picture on the world through comedy that I've never seen before. Now Richard Pryor was great. Eddie Murphy was great.
Eddie Murphy was great.
Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? They all had, even Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? Bernie Mac is one of my favorites ever.
Yeah, Bernie
Mac. What I'm saying? Chicago stand up. You already know the vibe. But when we talk about the way Dave do it and how he delivered his comedy with social issues, I've never really seen no comedian do it like that. Black, white, Chinese, anybody around the board. He's not a black comedian. He speak about black issues because that's what he relates to, but it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's funny how this community, the world, kind of take certain parts out of something and kind of twist it to fit their own agenda and not even mentioning the point of really what he was trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think he has a lot of that spirit of Paul Mooney in him too.
Yeah.
He has a lot of that spirit of Paul Mooney in him too.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But I watched that, and then you hear that all the trans workers, of the
Netflix
walked off the job. They be some unemployed people today. Okay, they be some unemployed folks today. That man's paying your salary.
Yeah, but I bet you they not unemployed. I bet you they not. You know what I mean? And not only are they not employed, they feel empowered. You know what I mean? That they able to do that. And at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like about giving people so much power when it's not deserved.
It's not deserved. No.
Us as a community, we still don't get what we supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? And they compare their struggle with ours. You know what I mean?
No comparison.
It's no comparison.
You're black every day. You're black every day. You're black when you wake up. We can't go in the closet and come out straight. And
absolutely.
Everything else, so So for the African Americans and the black people and brown people that are in those communities, more power to you. I know it got to be tough. Because it's tough being black alone.
Absolutely.
So to be in there, but to walk off your job because of the man is paying your salary because of something, and he clarified all that stuff, with that stand-up act, and it was funny, and he did it in a way that, Netflix is not going to stop running that series.
No, come on, they knew what they was getting. Come on, that's why they gave him that check. You know what I'm saying? And he apologized. He came back and said he was insensitive about, how he delivered his message and so on and so forth. And maybe he was or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Giving them that slap on the wrist is the same thing that they did with the people running into the Capitol building. Like, it's no difference for me. You know what I mean? They was able to run up into the Capitol building. It was actually somebody murdered, died. You know what I'm saying? Murdered, and I ain't heard nobody get locked up. I ain't heard nobody catch no cases. I have not heard anything. But in South America, I mean, not South America, in America, when they was out there protesting about the Confederate flags, and that white boy ran through and he mowed people down and hit them, all them black people.
Yeah.
It was all, they locked up everybody. You know what I'm saying? They want to make it a black and white thing, but Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying? And all that kind of time. But they can run into the Capitol building and do that with no consequences. They can walk off on their job with no consequences. And we can't even drive down the street. You know
we can't drive down the street. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Bro.
Address the culture, bro. You're doing that. Because that's exactly what it is, and that's one of those things that, you got to tolerate, but like time and time again, like you said, you can't compare the struggle, and they try to make that inference, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. For us. But that right there is like, to me, is everything in a nutshell with the generation, the attitudes, the mentality, and it's kind of bleak. It's kind of bleak, So I don't want to harp on it.
We definitely gonna spin a block because that's an ongoing conversation. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely gonna we definitely gonna tap in and continue to address the culture. Now, you spoke about generations. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And we recently had the verses. Shouts out to Swizzy and Timbo, you know what I'm saying, for creating such a dope platform. You know what I'm saying? When we able to see some of our favorite artists come out, hear some of that old jukebox music where you singing every word, you know what I'm saying? It's super dope. We had Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One, legendary MCs coming from the Juice Crew. You know what I'm talking about? If you know, you know. It was an epic battle, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to, talk to you, you know what I'm saying? One of them legendary, iconic visionaries that was around the culture the whole time. See how you felt about it. Hey, they even gave it Shantae. Big Daddy Kane gave Shantae, Roxanne Shantae her flowers, you know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was a dope moment in hip hop. How you feeling about it, Pete?
I do like it because the two icons. I had a chance to see Daddy Kane this past summer. So to see him still going and doing it, and then KRS-One always was about knowledge.
The teacher.
Awareness. The ultimate teacher. The bridge is over. That was the stuff when that came out, and the bridge is over. That was it. KRS-One won. But lately, a lot of this new generation don't grasp KRS-One like we did in the past. I seen them have show in Philly one time, and they had to cancel the show because they ain't selling enough tickets. So that's sad because here's a lyricist that's spreading knowledge and information, and awareness. That's like Chuck D. Nas does. They spread knowledge and information and everything else, and that's to have them two. Who Big Daddy Kane was the player's player. He was that dude that was in the street, and you know, it was that player's player. You know what I mean? So and KRS-One is such opposite artists. That's what made it good to have KRS-One with Big Daddy Kane. And I know there's no beef or gripe between them gentlemen. It's what they do, what they love, you know. And it's two different styles, two different, you know, backgrounds. But you know, it's like, yeah, that's
it was super dope, man. Because you know, like you said, you know, Big Daddy Kane, you know, he could get on that pimp talk. You know what I'm talking about? Like he on the other side of the culture. And then you had KRS-One. He's more, at one point he was on that type of time, but as he evolved, he turned into more of a scholar, more of a teacher, you know what I'm saying? So having their styles of hip hop in contrast was super dope. You know what I'm saying? It was a situation where made it like, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like KRS-One, he the type of person that's gonna break it down. Like I remember KRS-One said at one point he had a battle verse for everybody on the top 10. Every MC that was making noise, he had a diss record for him, a diss verse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, that's a different type of mentality. And Big Daddy Kane, he on that type of time too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they on different ends of hip hop, so it was dope seeing them go at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Kane don't play, and he does had a big loss in his family with Biz Mark.
Yeah,
because Biz Mark,
the Juice Crew.
The Juice Crew. That was it. You know, so that's, you know, to see them go, and KRS-One goes back when him and Scott LaRock came out. You know, that was when they dropped The Bridge Is Over. And they dropped that album, and they came out there talking, blowing that up. I think that right there will last forever in hip hop. You know, serious hip hop people from the back, because that's what they remember. That was hard. And then he went commercial with the "I'm Going to Get You Sucker" theme. That was smooth. The Jack of Spades. You know.
Oh man.
There's a lot. There's a lot to it when you look behind the scenes. The same with Big Daddy Kane. There's a ton of history there, and touring, and music, especially in hip hop.
Self-destruction. You remember how dope that was? You remember that?
Self-destruction. I remember that. And too bad we ain't listening to that.
Oh, man.
As a people, because
and
that's
it's still relevant today.
Still relevant.
That's a fact.
It's still relevant today because we're self-destructing.
Yeah.
You know, in our community. So, you know, that right there, you know, you're right. That versus what was a classic. And I seen there was some good ones. I like the producers battling. I like that. I like the OJs and what's that? The OJs and
the Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers. And Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And then you can see the competitiveness in the thing and doing that. But, you know, it was all love and good, you know. And I like to see things like, that's why I liked, what's his name, from Hall & Oates, when you had Daryl's House, that show.
Oh, yeah.
Artists come in there and they perform each other's songs and everything, you know, having fun. That's cool. I like them. I miss them vibes.
Yeah.
Being in the studio with a bunch of different artists, that's listening to them freestyle to a crazy track, you know, sitting around that's letting it go, man. The cipher for real, you know, watching, making it happen. And then that just brings me back to talking about back in the day stuff. Today in hip hop history, I wanted to put that out there before I forget. The Firm, 24 years ago, released the album The Firm. To me, that was that was a great album. That album was put together. The artists that was, you know, with Foxy and AZ and Nature and Nas, man, that was, and the production was tight. You know, that stuff is still listened to today.
Yeah,
I still got Phone Tap and Firm Biz and all that stuff in my rotation. You know, so you know, Firm Fiasco and all that stuff, man. Those are classics.
Yeah.
You know,
with Dre on the production, let's get clear. You know what I'm talking about? Like at that point, I felt like they was kind of trying to go at, you know what I'm saying, Junior Mafia, You know what I'm talking about? Like that was their own version. You know, with Kim and Fox. You know what I'm saying? With Nas, Big. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope. And AZ was so underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Was so underrated.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
AZ was so underrated.
So underrated.
And then the thing with that, like Phone Tap and a lot of those things, that was Dre was, executive producer, but that was Black Caesar who actually produced those tracks. Black Caesar.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Caesar, Pittsburgh producer. He's the one that did that. The connection, the Pittsburgh and LA Dre connection continues. But that was a great album. And I don't think we'll ever see a collab of that type of with those artists. Well, we probably will. It's still young, it happens, but just the power and the voice with Foxy and Nas and Nature and AZ, you got to check it out. Y'all, if you haven't heard that album, check it out.
It was, but back then, they considered it a flop, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Dre and his whole team really felt like The Firm wasn't a good album. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't put no marketing in it.
They didn't. It wasn't the music. It wasn't the music. You know what I'm saying?
No marketing behind it.
Yeah.
There was no marketing behind it. If they
Which is crazy. Yeah. Because you got Nas alone, hands down, arguably one of the greatest MCs of all time. Arguably got one of the greatest albums of all time in Illmatic. And you got a project with him, Foxy, and AZ, and Nature, QB, and they don't get the marketing dollars that it need in the 90s. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That right there was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. It still don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? It still don't make sense that they didn't have the dollars behind them to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm wondering if that's the production game, because right after that, I think Black Seas left Dre. So I think, is it related to that? Because Black Seas left. I think Sam Snead still stayed out there.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the mailman. Milk, there he is, the mailman. He did all of Exhibit stuff.
Yeah.
Came out there. Mel stayed out there with them too. But now they're, but that Firm album, like you said, it should have been something different. They should have put more marketing into it.
Yeah.
It flopped because they didn't put the marketing into it,
Definitely.
And that's what that was all about, I believe. We do have a guest tonight too that's going to come through and bless us. We definitely want you to check this out. Dr. V. I've known Dr. V for, I don't know, I'll let him tell us a few years, and he does some great things out there on the West Coast, with promotions and you name it. Dr. V has it with the One Love Network and then the I1 Green Nation. That's Dr. V, man. It's in a place. You got to check it out.
It's a pleasure. You know what I mean? So we're gonna bring on Dr. V, have a dope conversation like we always do. We're gonna address the culture.
We're gonna address the culture. There he is.
What's going on with you, Dr. V?
What's going on, my brother? Looking like my brother.
What's up, P.stock And Bigg Wall?
How you doing, brother?
Everything's all good in the brotherhood.
All right. We glad you can come through and bless us with some info on the on the One Love Network, and a lot of people, the viewers and stuff, let them know your background in promoting and everything in the business.
Yes, I got started around about the age of 26. I started working with 98.1 FM radio station. And so that was a lot of promo experience, going to different venues. and setting up and giving out flyers and things of that sort. You remember back in the day, it wasn't social media like it was, like it is today.
Street sweeping. I did it. I learned from the best. I was at SRC and Loud, so yeah, I learned from the best. Yeah, Steve Rifkin.
Yeah.
He mastered that. He mastered
it. Getting all the cars outside the club, right?
Oh yeah, come outside with the flyers, and then tagging, putting the poster, sniping.
Old fashioned street teams, huh? Old fashioned street teams.
Oh yeah. It was effective too.
That's a fact. It still is. It still is. Yeah.
It's effective.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Outside, with the internet. But so you go back that far in the promoting and go on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good. I mean, this is what the addressing the culture is. It's sharing the love, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
I say a little something, Big Wall say something, P.stock says something, and it all gets out to the world.
That's right.
And with some of my promotions, I hooked up with some of the Bay Area promoters when I first got started.
Yeah.
3D Jerome Davis, Philip Bell, Graham Jackson.
Yeah.
Those were three of the cats that, I hung out with and we worked together. They taught me the game.
Yeah.
And I just went on from there and started doing my own thing. I started at Tyrone's. I started Hump Day, which I had artists come in, whether they were dancing or whether they were singing or whether they were rapping. And in between there, I got hooked up with the strip joint. We had strippers. So, so we had at different clubs, we had the strippers coming through, male and female. And then we finally opened a spot for that. And unfortunately, like I was listening to your one, address to culture, it's like the trust, right? You throw your money out there.
Yeah. It's the trust. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Who holding the money is what I want to know.
Yeah, he got the money.
Right.
Some people
I just wrote the check, you know what I mean?
Yeah. People standing there with the looks on their face, looking like, is that the money? Is that everything? They constantly counting, right? Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
I remember the 99 centers. I'm looking around like, man, I know we got 250 people in here. So I know we got 250 people in this hall right here. How come we only got $90? How many people was getting this? How many people was getting in here for free?
I'm letting them in VIP,
Yeah, everybody's a VIP. Except those 10 people that paid over by the door, But you're right.
And you know how I used to do it? I used to, I knew all the security basically running the clubs. So they knew me. So I was gonna walk in, but everybody shouldn't walk in.
No, they shouldn't walk
everybody.
in. No, walking. Oh yeah, those are my people. Those are my
people.
Right.
Oh yeah. She's with me. Yeah. Oh, her and her. Yeah, she's with me.
Money like that, you can't make money like that. I tell you.
You can't, not at all. Dr. V, you've been doing your thing for so long in the promotional game, man. When we talk about putting in work, how long have you been promoting for the One Love Network?
Oh, it's been 21 years. 21 years.
Wow.
And you know what? You know what's so funny about it? I promoted so, right? And it's like, why aren't all the people following, especially our brown people, right?
Yeah.
We definitely need love. Why aren't we following and wanting to give the one love? Because there's only one love. People have so many definitions of love. I can't figure it out.
No.
But there's only one love.
Yeah, there's only one.
You know what I'm saying? And it's said in the word, love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely know what you mean. Definitely know.
And even with the platform with all the artists in which you're promoting P.stock,
Yeah.
You know, I see that they need to promote iHip-Hop TV more so as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're on the platform.
Yeah. Me and Big Wall talk about that all the time, you know, and everything. And I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great point. And that's the hardest part. You know, if you're not promoting yourself, you know, I'm bringing you to the platform. I'm promoting the platform.
Yeah.
You know, you got to promote you, you know, being on this platform, you know, and you're right about that, Dr. V. You know, that's a great point.
Very much so. I love your viewpoint, Dr. V, because a lot of artists, and not just artists, just anybody just in the business of selling a product, whatever, you have to have some sense of some form of promotion. And people forget about that part. Like, they'll put money in everything else, making the music, making the cover, shooting a video, buying a product, doing everything. Except the promotion. You can have this great product, and if don't nobody know about it, ain't nobody gonna come to it. It's only a few things that sell itself, and we ain't even gonna talk about them. You know what I'm talking about? It's only, but other than that, they not to promote it. You know what I'm saying? So what about that really made you want to focus on that and take everything that you did to another level, man?
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing about it is that I just don't only speak about it, I live it, you know? I show the love, just like when I had a little situation before the show. You know, my wifey left and my son went off, and it's like, hey, you know, I've got to be on with Big Wall and P.stock. You know? Now I got my 6-month-old grandbaby. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, you got not right now. I know how that goes. Dr. V.
Absolutely.
I know how that goes. What you want to do is last.
Yeah, last on the totem pole. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's last. It's last. You want to do what? Oh, you better do that stuff. But do that stuff tomorrow. Yeah. That comes
absolutely.
Through. That comes through, but that's great. But that's you know.
So that's where I'm at. You know, I've always believed it and lived it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I continue to promote it. I didn't give up. You know, it's like family knows. Especially like I got this one song called Dr. V.I. Pippin. You know.
Yeah.
All the family know that song, Dr. V.I. Pippin. I co-produced it.
Yeah.
Dr. V.I. Pippin.
Talk about it, man.
You have to listen to it one day.
Yeah. You got to shoot that over. I didn't know. A lot of this stuff, man. You had to come through on iHip-Hop, you know, and let's explode with it, especially since I'm changing the format on some stuff to open it up to bring in more, you know. But I'm closing it down as far as like key things, you know. I do want to see your son, you know, and holler at him because I know he's equipped. With you as a pop, I know as an artist he's equipped and he understands. He understands the marketing game.
Yeah,
with that.
He ain't got no choice.
Yeah, no choice at all. You probably tell him what you do.
Kicking in the studio, thing, you know, with the honeys, you know. But you know, for them to actually start to hear your song, you know, because basically, you know, here 106.1, you know, the radio station out here in San Francisco Bay Area, they play the songs over and over again. You know, like Drake right now was just blowing up all over the place.
Yeah.
And here in the Bay Area, you know, that song about, you know, girls loving girls, you know, that song is blasted.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Girls love girls.
V.I. Pimpin', you know what I'm talking about?
V.I. Pimpin'. Yeah, you got to take over. You got to break that mold. You got to break that mold. Hey, Dr. V, have you know Greg Isom up in the Bay Area?
No, I don't. You know, right here lately, I've been kind of like, you know, kind of closed up here. You know, just dealing with my son and their producers. I hear what they got going on, and you know, promoting family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do get out from time. I did get a chance to get out to check out Dark Diva's show out there in Oakland. That was a great show outside. You know.
Did Tato perform over there?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't get a chance to perform over there.
Okay.
You know, hopefully next time around, Sauce P and Tato can perform out there. You know, because it was a good look. It was a good look.
Yeah.
Diva putting the shows together. You know, bringing artists and giving artists the platform to go locally. You know, and I respect that, and that's what hip hop's all about with the platform.
Absolutely.
Because I've dealt with it time and time again with artists coming through. And like you said, the key thing, if you're creating an album and you got X amount of dollars for a budget or a movie, or anything, half of that budget should be put aside for marketing and advertising.
Absolutely.
So you got to make sure that you can get it done with half of that budget to get what you need done and figure out how to get it done to get your product out there. Because if you don't have that budgeting and marketing aspect, then you don't have nothing. You have an album, a great song, and nobody knows, nobody hears.
That's right.
That's like Big Wall mentioned.
Yeah.
Big Wall don't have that problem. He over 100,000 streams, over 100,000 streams,
and on BET,
and on BET. Congratulations for that, Big Wall. And for those of you that missed it, if you missed it on the 18th, BET premiered Big Wall single. That's blowing up the market right now. So you got to get on it. Yeah. I get it. You better get it.
Man,
Big Wall, I get it. So and that's good. And with that going on, and Big Wall, this is you too. I noticed they're bringing back all the old MTV rap shows. MTV Rap, The Basement, even Donnie Simpson's coming out of retirement. Even though Donnie Simpson he's been doing DC radio ever since he left. Even before he went to BET. Even before he was on the radio in DC forever. So they coming back doing that, So that's going to be big, to bring them in.
Yes.
They're coming back in what I call double dipping. Let's go back in and get some of this money. Get some of this money off of these new people and take it there. But Dr. V, how do you feel about the state of R&B, right now, and the state of what we call the rhythm and blues or soul music from back in the day? What do you think of the state of that is today?
It seems like more of the artists are rolling towards the rap game,
Rapper pop, right?
Yeah, it's like everyone. I mean, there's so many female rappers now. When we used to have those as R&B singers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, whoa, what role are you playing here? Because I mean, the rap game, that was mostly, folk talking about where they were from and what was going on in the hood, telling the story.
Yeah.
And now it's like so many, I guess they're all telling their story, whether they're female or male.
Yeah.
It's like, where are the, it seems like they're dying off, as far as like the real R&B singers, rhythm and blues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like the tracks,
Yeah.
I love live music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
live music is always good. The production is good, and with the way the technology is today, and I'm a testament to that, it's easier to produce music quicker, faster. It's made for the fast turnaround and everything. So, that's one thing that I like about it, that right. You can have a MIDI controller and a DAW and you're off to the races. And if you know music and you got it in you, you're going to produce some dynamite stuff with that. Big Wall, you dabble in production too, right?
A little bit. We dabble in a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dr. V. You know what I mean? And it's so dope to have you on the show. Because we value what you do. It's a major part of the culture. And how you just spoke about the R&B game, I'm just curious to find out, just culturally in general, if you could change something about the culture, whatever aspect of it, just the game in general, what would you change, Dr. V?
Good question.
Well, with all the times that are going on right now, because I know both of you touch on the political aspects of what's happening in the world, we all need to come together. So we need music in order to bring people together, in this day and time right now. We really do.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could change something, instead of talking about being on the block and, shooting up this neighborhood or whatever, can we show some love? You know what I'm saying? Can we love our brother?
Yeah.
Can we love our sister? One love.
And strength in numbers.
Yeah, and it starts with the family. It starts within your own family. I just don't speak on this for everyone else to do it. I have to show love within the family.
It starts with self.
It starts with self.
Is that accountability? Huh?
Yeah,
is that accountability, P.stock?
Accountability. I had a tirade about that earlier. So, but yeah, that's what it all relates to and goes back to. And we definitely feel you on that, Dr. V. That's what I was talking about, and we got to keep delivering, bringing from the past of how things, and make sure we guide the future. These kids going in to this hip hop, even though they're making more money hand over fist. I mean, I be watching, I be seeing Meth and all them scratching their head, talking about how they making all this money. I'm like, it's a different where back in the day you ran to the label, and the label you press with the label. Now these 360 deals then totally evolved. After Leor Cohen started that term, 360 came up.
Yeah,
he started doing that stuff. So it's like the level of 360 deal you get. So guys are doing it on their own, to the point with the technology and having some dollars that they made on their own that they don't got to depend on a label.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to bring to me to make me want to give you my masters or piece of my masters?
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So that's what I love about it, the independence of the way it's going and music today. I love that about it, But Dr. V, what's the mission? Let people know, the viewers know, the mission of the One Love Network and the I-1. Before, go into a little bit of the I-1 Green Nation. Let people know about that. Because that's what I remember. I remember a couple of years ago, you had you got Humboldt County on lock, right? Yeah.
Hey, you know what he told me? He says, Vindon, I really like you. I like you over the phone and everything, but don't come up here.
Don't come up here. Yeah.
Don't come up here. He said, I'm kind of tired of dealing with the Rastafarians. He says, but hey, man, don't come up here.
Don't come up here. Yeah.
He said, you know what? If you got somebody to buy this, I'll sell it to you all.
Yeah.
But don't come up here first.
Yeah, that's real talk.
Real talk. What'd you say? 100% facts.
100%. You won't catch me on one of those roads off on the side.
No.
What'd you say? That sounds like a start of a horror movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Sound like it'll end like a horror movie too. That's what it sounds like. It's going to end like one. Yeah, man. That's incredible.
Oh, man.
God. As a matter of fact, in regards to I-1 Love Green Nation, I like to read the mission statement, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
I-1 Love Green Nation is a lifestyle. I-1 LGN aims to provide satisfaction, trust, positivity, conviction, loyalty, commitment, feelings, and a VIP green experience to all members and affiliates. We provide high-quality products and deliver while protecting the environment in which we live. I-1 LGN encourages innovation, sustainability, development practices, and cannabis CBD educational services. Our purpose is to create all things perfectly and to share our products, services, and entertainment platforms.
There it is.
And that's
Dr.
where
V.
I hip hop.
Yes, I hip hop. That's right. That's right. Dr. V was around in the early days, and much love, what he came through and that's when I started seeing a lot of what the California lifestyle, the NorCal lifestyle of how they was making it happen, with the greenery up there, big wall. Dr. V, you got a joint. No. No.
We 420 friendly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we 420 friendly.
Yes.
I was at the 420 show.
Yeah, we got the 420 network. Yeah, we did the 420 show. We started iHip-Hop on 420.
Yes.
Our first show was on 420.
Wow.
It was on 420. That's when we started.
That speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. So that was good. But Dr. V, back to, we don't want to get off task of that, but back to the mission of the One Love and the I One Green Nation. And then One Love, you are affiliated and attached to the Jackson Family Foundation as well, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We're all connected. We're all connected. And excuse me, I'll change my hat here for a minute.
Go ahead, put on.
You wear multiple.
I had to represent with iHip-Hop TV first.
Yeah.
You wear multiple hats anyway.
Yeah, you wear them anyway. You wear them anyway. I like that. I like that hat. Well, what hat is that? Which one is that?
Yeah, this is Club Nirvana. Club Nirvana is One Love Network's affiliate.
Okay.
And we have all sorts of products for sleeping. We have flour, we have ointments, we've got oils for pain, for rubbing on your sore when you're out there golfing. You know what I'm saying? You can rub that on your, on your joints and get relief. So we have quite a few products on the website club-nirvana.com.
Okay.
And if you want to hook up with me, my ID number is 1069. So when you go to the website club-nirvana.com, which is club-nirvana.com. Yeah. And when you go there and you see the products there you want to order or become a member, not only can you become a member, you can own your own online store. Yeah. So if you're smoking it, you can actually be promoting it.
Yeah.
That rhymes, huh? If you're smoking it, you can actually be promoting it.
Legally.
Yes, legally. And we have white glove delivery in California and Arizona. So we'll deliver in a little Toyota Prius to your house or your business. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You don't have to go to the dispensary. You can just go online and order. Yeah. And your order will come to you. And you'll see a little map as it's coming to you. You'll see the little car coming your way. Okay, they're almost here.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. V, now I can't let you get up out of here. Before I tap into this a little bit, because I'm so impressed by people of our community and our culture wearing multiple hats, being entrepreneurs, not allowing themselves to be in a box. And you've been doing it well. You know what I'm saying? How important is being an entrepreneur and having multiple streams of income for you?
It's very important to have multiple streams. And if you don't have a stream going, you need to get it started. And in doing so, you'll bring others along with you, have the same vision, because that's very important to have those streams of income coming in and even have the resources to even actually be able to eventually have it.
Yeah.
And some people are scared and they won't tap in. They won't promote it. They'll be on the background and say, okay, I'm part of this, but you never see them like on a platform like like this, like
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
tonight, we're on a platform with P.stock and Bigg Wall.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Club Nirvana, you know, is here
Yeah.
on this amazing platform.
Yeah. Club Nirvana. Yeah. That's huge, you know, and yeah, man. And I like the hat too, so I'm gonna have to get me one.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
we definitely gonna have to get us one so we can represent. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we're
Do
gonna
some
represent.
promoting ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go on and cop me one. I'm gonna cop me one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
gonna copy
that.
one.
I like that.
And look, you see what P said. I'm a cop one. That's the best way of supporting is by spending money with your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not looking for a handout. That's not supporting me. I'm gonna support you by buying it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a cop one. I'm a cop.
So me and P, we gonna cop us one. You know what I'm saying? That type of time. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
We cop it.
We cop it.
Yeah.
Please believe. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna wear the hat and go cop.
Legally.
Yeah. Pennsylvania is trying to catch up with California. They're trying, but you know they got a long way to go, and it's probably more expensive here.
It is
because they're coming out the gate with it. So they going because I know people go to DC. DC's wide open. Maryland is getting ready to go wide open. They have medical, but they're pulling for recreational, and Pennsylvania is as well. You know, when you got a state with the lieutenant governor that's part owner of one operation, you know they pushing.
Well, you know, we over here swinging in the Midwest. Illinois wide open. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's wide open.
Missouri, right? Even the state next to us, wide open. You know what I'm talking about? It's very friendly around these parts. You know what I'm talking about?
And it's supposed to be. You know, for years and years, like you know, I used to drink. You know, no, I don't drink. You know, I think drinking. Everyone they always accuse marijuana or weed of being
the gateway
drug.
Yeah,
alcohol is the gateway drug.
Yes.
Alcohol is the gateway drug.
Yeah.
But you know what, P.stock?
Yeah.
I got my first joint and drink on the same night.
Oh yeah. Well, no. I had a sip of beer. I had to taste the beer. You know, I used to taste that beer. My dad let me sip that Iron City. You know, because he think, oh, you don't think it's nasty anyway. And I used to say, oh yeah, that's good when it's cold. You know, so I dabbled and everything, but but you're right though. But they went hand in hand back then.
Yeah.
And back then, in those days, man, you go out, there'd be about 4 of us, 4, sometimes 5, 6 of us. Yeah. You pitching scrambling up to get $5 together.
Yeah.
Get that $5, and we want to get $7.50 because we get a bag and then we get a 6-pack of tall boys, you know, for $2.50.
Yeah,
and then go veg off, you know.
Yo, I swear, bro. Like our lives are so like lined up, big bro. Like we used to do the same thing, you know. My brother split a little nickel bag. You know what I'm talking about? Go get us some old golds. Get a little pack of old gold. You know what I'm talking about? And we always was $4. We was $1 short because we needed our blood money. And they knew. They used to say, "Oh, here they come. We know they're gonna be $4. They know they're gonna be $1 short." You know? That's a fact, man. That's crazy, man. But that's the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture.
I remember them nickel bags, boy. You get a nick and you bust it open $5. You roll 24 J's.
Now see, that was before my time.
Ain't that right? You used to get a nickel bag. You get a nick. No lie. You get a nick, right?
Oh, man.
You can roll 25 joints out of that thing.
Oh, man. Happy birthday.
Yep. So that was our thing. We go there and buy a nick. You know, I knew guys that started, they get one nick, flip it, you know, roll dollar J's because you roll a nick and you sell a J for $1.
Yeah.
So you sell all 25.
Yeah.
Then you go cop another nick.
Yeah.
Put the money
can come
away.
up.
Do it again. Yeah, they was coming up. We was coming up. We
Absolutely.
was coming up. Yeah, we was coming
Absolutely.
up.
That's a mean profit. That's a
Yeah.
mean profit. You
Yeah.
keep doing it all day, man, you're good. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
because you real. Because in school, everybody was smoking.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Girls,
And matter
black,
of fact,
white, Asian.
yes,
everybody.
indeedy. And you know what? I was doing a little history on, in regards to cannabis.
Yes.
It started over in Japan, and then it went over to China. Then it went to Egypt, went to Brazil, came up and hit Washington, D.C. And you remember, like in the 1950s with jazz, everybody in jazz was smoking.
Yeah.
They were smoking, just like the rappers
had the weed in their saxophones and in their instruments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
They was even doing harder drugs too. Some of them dabbled harder. Just like they do today. They still dabbling harder, some of them.
Yeah.
But weed was always a part of the culture.
Yeah.
Yes,
when
it was.
Came down to entertainment, especially in the music, and alcohol was there too. And
most definitely.
And then when you go back further, there was a lot of opium, going around too. I remember that when I was young. I had a guy, he used to come, and I was in college, and he used to come around, and I used to see him. I used to call him Smiley. He walk up, eyes big, always smiling. I say, man, I need some of that. What you got? He break it out, and we sit there and be like, roll up, and then we both be sitting there smiling.
What you say? I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah, I get it. I'm like, oh yeah, but we was exposed to a lot of stuff during the day.
Yeah.
I had an older brother and older cousins and stuff that dabbled, and especially after Vietnam era, when people came back from Vietnam. It was really even prevalent. I was lucky to catch the tail end of all that, but the weed was, it had already carried over to the generation. So I see how the succession goes on today with it, just with the blunts. Too many recording studios. I can't do the blunts anymore. Blew my lungs out with that stuff. But that's what we used to do. I mean, we sit in the studio and we working on somebody's project, and they rolling. I seen dude, producer, big shout out to Sappho. I seen him dump a whole Dutchie and then roll it, fill it with weed and roll it to the same size as that Dutchie was.
What?
And we been there smoking that thing.
Or stuff it. You roll it out and then you stuff it out. Like,
that's exactly right.
Man.
Oh,
man.
Mama.
Yeah, buddy. It's different.
Man. It's
different.
We got two or three of them floating around the studio. Woo!
Yeah.
Like Snoop Dogg, huh?
The Weed Olympics. You know what I'm talking
about? I could be on here all night and tell you about me and rapper stories, man, with weed and club. Especially when I worked in radio, when I worked for The Beat in Philadelphia. And they used to do a Thursday night show up and we talked about this earlier, Big Wall, about the LBGQT, right? We used to do a Thursday night show up in North Philly at a strip club, and the theme was women who like to watch women shake their booty. That was the theme. So it was a strip club, and it was women in there. And weed was going around because I used to go back to New York, and that's when Blueberry start coming out, when people was messing with Blueberry. We had Blueberry and everything. That stuff was so potent and strong. You could smell it in the trunk of a car.
Smell it without no fire to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Fire to it. But I used to sweat bullets going through that Holland tunnel, and there's a traffic cop standing there flagging. I hope you don't smell that shit. But we have it in a can and plastic and everything else, and you can still smell it.
Yeah.
But that show right there that Thursday, it was ladies' night, and man. I mean, that's what the LGBTQT, we talked about it earlier, that community. Back then, there wasn't none of that. You know, so
yeah.
And this ain't that long ago either.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so this is like mid 2000.
Yeah.
So this was like, man, but I mean, talk about going hard.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Boy, I see stuff in them places, man, that my goodness, man.
Absolutely.
They get it in. They get it in, man. They get it in.
They're always getting it in, man. And that's exactly a part of the culture that, you know, we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The good parts of the culture and how we are using what's legal now, that's always been a part of the culture, is legal now, so now it's okay. So that just lets you know that everything we've been doing, we set the trends, we set the culture. Like Dr. V with the promotion and doing what he's doing, that's trailblazing activity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm just so proud of everything, the work you've been doing, Dr. V, along with ourselves. We are definitely, truly addressing the culture, you know what I'm saying, in a dope way. Now, along your journey, Dr. V, what would you like to say to all of the supporters, all of the people that's been in your corner, you know what I'm saying, the A1s and day ones, as we call them today, you know what I'm saying, all of the people that has been holding you down throughout your whole journey? What message would you like to say to them?
Real quick, a few words. I love you most. I love you most.
Yeah.
We hear you. Yeah, we love you most. Yeah, Dr. V. Appreciate you, but Dr. V was right there from the beginning of iHip Hop TV.
Yeah.
You know, he was there supporting and lending a hand. And I'm glad now that we have communications open 100% between us, so we can coordinate some stuff.
Coordinate. You got to coordinate.
We got to
bang.
We got to coordinate some stuff. But so and Dr. V seen it. You know, he's seen the evolution of iHip Hop TV. He can tell you firsthand.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, from coming back and I'm talking about, we started streaming back in we did the event for Jackson Family Foundation back in 2014.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. Yeah. Christmas Eve.
Epic.
Oh,
yes, I was.
Dr. V, I was talking about, because it got shut down this year. The NFL shut it down. But the event in the NFL Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, the One Love concert event with the Jackson Family Foundation, it's supposed to be moved till next August. Is that correct?
You know, I haven't got any updates on that yet.
Okay, but that's a big event. That,
COVID changing things. You know,
COVID killed.
We got to ride it all out. You know, but we getting there.
COVID killed us.
Yeah.
COVID killed us in there. So, you know, that was one of those things. But man, we appreciate you, Dr. V.
Yeah.
We on you. And I'm getting one of them hats. Boy.
Yeah, we definitely get one of them hats. You know what I mean?
One of them hats.
We thank you for coming through the show, man. We definitely gonna have to spin a block, man, and have you come on, and we're gonna talk about more, man, because you got such a vast range of knowledge that we definitely need on the culture. You know what I mean? Now, before you get out of here, we can't let you go. Before you tell everybody how can they get in contact with you, all of your handles. You know what I mean? Let everybody know how they can get in tune with you, Dr. V.
Yep, all your platforms.
They can just Google One Love Network. ONELUVNETWORK.
That's it.
All right, that's it.
Google it. You hear that?
That's it. Google him. He's not hard to find. You know what I'm talking about?
You can Google
it. Google Dr. V. He will set you free.
Absolutely. Again, we want to thank you for coming through, man. Time is something that we know you can't get back, so we appreciate you giving us some of yours, brother.
Yes,
I appreciate P.stock and Bigg Wall. Both of you have me on the platform. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You'll be back. I'll have you back real soon. You know,
that sounds like a plan.
I gotta get you on hip hop to blow some stuff up too.
Yes.
You have a good day, and we're gonna spin the block with you again, Dr. V. Talk to you soon.
All right, now. Talk to you
Dr.
soon.
V.
All right, brother.
That's good, Dr. V. Dr. V. You know,
Dr.
that's
V.
promoting, and it's funny. And I've known him, and I knew he was doing this stuff, but I didn't know he was at that level of promoting. At the time. I was looking at the financial side that he was doing, and it's big, you know. And Dr. V, you know, he's a cultural icon in the Bay Area. You know, with the music and promoting, you know, in the Bay Area.
I love his energy and his knowledge on promotion, because again, like how we talk, like people forget how important what he do is. Like you put all that money into everything else, and to be honest, what people like Dr. V do and do it so well, they really get you to the places that you want to get to. But people forget about that. That's the most important part of the process. It truly is. It really should be the focus of your whole campaign. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. And it's good. Dr. V is there to remind you, and other guys. You know, Dr. V does this thing, and like I had worked with Clarence Thompson down in the Gulf area, and they still do the same way, like Dr. V said. The flyers. You know, everybody's adapting to the internet, but you never get away from, you know, the original street sweeping.
Well, work,
it's always going to be street sweeping.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, you can't miss out on that. You always got to cover that in, you know.
And you know, we don't want you to miss out on that, and you can't miss out on this. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes. We will be here to address the culture every week. You know what I mean? On the Address the Culture Network, as well as iHipHop TV, 24 hours a day. You already know the vibes. We are locked in.
Yep,
this is your boy, Big Wall.
Definitely. No. And this is P.stock.
No, go ahead. We ain't going to close it out. Definitely. Okay. What was you saying?
I was going to say, definitely get to iHipHopTV.com. Definitely get onto the network. Check out the Address the Culture Network channel on there. You can see Big Wall and P.stock and iHipHop TV.
Yeah.
And One Love. One Love is going to be in the house. One Love Network is in there. Yeah. So, you know, check it out. It's evolving, constantly evolving, and definitely get over there and check out the unique brands. And that's where you'll find a lot of Dr. V's work over there too. Yes.
VI pimping. You know what I'm
saying? VI pimping. Every day. Every day,
all day, 24 Sunday, 24 Saturday. You know what I'm talking about?
Every day.
You already know the vibes, man. It was super dope, man. And like we said, we're going to be back to address the culture with the same type of vibes, same type of energy, man. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, you know what I'm saying?
Next time, that's right. Peace and blessings, you know.
This is your boy, Big Wall.
And this is P.stock right here, addressing the culture.
All right. Peace.
64 boy.
Scratch. Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address